Kachunga, Kachunga, if you. Yeah. Hey, that's like on. You can tell it's live. Only I can start live because my throat. Kachunga, everybody. Rev is here. As you know by now, and you should know by now, I ain't no vicar. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the live feed. And I've already got you who are watching. Welcome to the show, you mystery person, whoever you are. Please say hello if you'd like. You know, I'd love to chat to you. Welcome to the show. And I'm going to start the show with the usual announcement that you make. If you enjoy this show and you enjoyed watching it, hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you're new to the show, if you've seen this, you think, who's this idiot? And upon watching it, you suddenly go, actually, it's not that bad, it's quite funny. Well, if you subscribe to my channel and ring that bell, ring the bell, then you'll know when these videos are coming out. You never know. This time next year, I might have more than 10 viewers. More than 10, you never know. Well, welcome to the show. And as usual, to those watching the show, in virtual darkness, virtual darkness, light bulbs go in this room. One light bulb still struggling on tomorrow when we can get new light bulbs. No, it's that bad. Got one light bulb. So if the light still goes, you know why. And as usual, I'm going to start the show with some very, very bad jokes. Very, very bad jokes. Jokes so bad, been seen as an eternal life punishment for people in prison. Yes, people in prison have decided they'd rather stay in prison than listen to these jokes. Yes, that's how bad. Yeah, that's how bad. Well, we'll start off with a question. What do you call an Argentinian with a rubber toe? Roberto. I know. To start off, that was bad, wasn't it? Okay, how about this one? Why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because the chicken joke wasn't invented yet. That's so bad, it's actually quite funny. Okay. Went shopping the other day. The cashier looked at me and she said, Excuse me, sir. Would you like the milk in the bag? And I said, no, I'd prefer it stays in the carton. That was funny. That was honestly, that was funny. If you're struggling, because Christmas isn't far away. If you're struggling, think of what to get someone for Christmas. Get them a fridge. And watch their face light up when they open the door. Okay. A man goes to the doctor for his annual checkup. And the doctor tells him, you need to stop blaming yourself. The man asks, why? The doctor replied, because I'm trying to examine you. No. I was thinking about moving to Moscow. But there's no point rushing into things, is there? Yeah. Okay. This is the last one. The torture is almost over. Which is the last joke. I used to work. I used to have a job at a calendar factory, but I got the sack because I took a couple of days off. And yeah, they don't get any better, do they? These jokes do not get any better. Well, as I was saying, Kachunga, my friends, welcome to the show. And I will say, the lady Roz isn't here with me at the moment because she's just finishing work. She may say hello. What's his videos on there? You never know. But YouTube mascot is here. Hiding behind the curtain, there is the gizmo, asleep. Asleep. He may come alive. We know what these cats want. He may decide he wants feeding halfway through the broadcast. You never know with these cats. Oh, these cats. These cats. They always want feeding. I mean, oh, when Ivy does a job around the house. I mean, oh, we've got training to vacuum the house. I want to see Gizmo vacuum the house with Hoover. You never know. You know, I think it's a good idea. Don't you think it'll be a brilliant idea if you could? You just think what jobs, cats and dogs and stuff. They're always doing nothing in the house. I mean, dogs, yes. A person comes near the house, and that's you think, well, you know this person. Why are you barking? You know who they are. Yeah, I reckon we should give them more jobs. I mean, how about you want your lawn mowed outside? Dog likes to go for walkies. If you put a bone on the dog's head, so he follows the bone, and put a lawnmower behind him, one of his roller ones, you know, once you he could mow the lawn for you. How's that? Get a dog to mow a lawn. And cats, there's so many cats jobs could do. There's so many jobs a cat could do. You could put a little brush round his neck and he could do some dusting for you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, not moving. He's moving. He's moving. He's live. He knows I'm on air. He knows I'm on air. What's he going to do? What is he going to do? You never know. You never know. So, what? For those watching the video today, that's my question. What we answered. What jobs do you reckon you can get an animal to do? Train an animal to do? I'd like to hear some bizarre answers to that question. I'd love to hear some bizarre. So this week at work, yes, I do work. Honestly, I do work. This week we had the dreaded cake at work. And I do. It's I've always made a point. I hate stock cake. I loathe stock cake, and I never know the reason actually why. I mean, especially where I work at the moment, I count stock every day. So what I do, I'm a storeman where I work, you see. And honest to God, my job in the morning, once all the picks have been done, is to count stock every day. To the point where I have numbers coming to me. I mean, people ask me, it proved a point yesterday, actually. It proved a point yesterday with where I was talking to Duncan, and he says, what's this? And I went, oh, it's 1847, blah, blah, blah. I was coming up with codes in my head. And excuse me, I'm having a scrap. It comes to a point where you know you've been somewhere too long, when you know where virtually everything is. My manager, God bless his soul, he's got his list. He says, I got 20% of the list. God knows. I'm like, well, that's me. It's my warehouse. I know where everything is. Everything is. Yes, and yeah, that's him having the scratch. He's come alive. Gizmo has come alive. What's he going to do next? What do you think that cat is going to do? So yeah, it comes to a point where you know you've been somewhere too long when you start. You know not just where everything is. You know how much is there without even counting it. There he is. Look, there's Giz. There's Giz. A lunatic halfway through the video. I knew he would do something stupid. Did you see how fast he moved? I tried to move fast, so I won't be seen on the camera. But it was too late, he got seen. And he's like a ginger ninja. He really is. That cat is a ginger ninja. He lives up to his name. He really honestly does. Whoa! Yeah, as I was saying, you know when you've been somewhere too long where you know exactly how much you can lose. I mean, personally, we didn't need to do stock take. I could just sit in that room and go, yeah, 6 of those, 12 of those, 10 of those, blah, blah, blah. It'd be, why count? it's I know why you count. I know why you count. But I don't know what it is about stock take day. Stock take day that I do not like. It just, I suppose when management come down, they're double checking what comes in. It's just chance something's going to go wrong. Something wrong. But looking apart, I mean, looking apart, I do mean, can't we do these days? It's easy. It is easy. I mean, I used to work in a supermarket, as you know, and there is the worst stock picks you can do. Because imagine a place like Tesco's, and not just a normal store. Imagine trying to do a stock take in a mega store suit of Tesco's. You can't stock Tesco's has. They've had to shut down for a day to do a stock take. There's so much stuff. So much stuff. How many cans of carrots you want? Which one do you want? What brand do you want? What type of carrots would you want? What size do you want? How many of those we got? I don't know. Go and count the smacking things. And then I will say, we did a stock tip where I am. Normally, it's me and the management doing accounting. I will say this time, lads got involved. They were sworn. There's me with one person and four of them and the other bloke doing the counting. And I think, yeah, yeah, I know everything is. I know. And they go, oh, and I'm like pointing things out to the bloke that I'm working with. And in the background, I can hear someone say, how much of this have we got? And they're saying, like, well, I don't know. And I'm going, well, it's over there. Second drawer down, middle cabinet, boom, straight away. And it's madness. So what do you think of stock takes? Do you enjoy doing stock takes where you work? Is it as bad as what you think it is? Is it as bad as what you think? Not changing the subject. Well, I'm changing the subject. I'm going to be mad. Changing the sir. Next week. Next week, there will be a YouTube video. There will be a YouTube show, but it might not be at 6. It might be a little later because I'm out in a workshop on Saturday, and I don't know what time I will be back. I do not know what time I will be back. And of course, next week as well. Next week, because everyone knows I'm a gamer. I like playing my games. I'm trying to find a way that I can actually play games on YouTube. That's a possible venue that I'm thinking of. I need someone to help me with that. Do all the bits and pieces with it because I have no idea how you do it. But that's one of the things I've got to show. So, yeah. So yes, next week. I actually got. I'm playing a game at the moment. It's a sequel. 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 It's an old game. It's an old game. I remember when the DS first came out, or Nintendo handheld game came out, and they had a game called Golden Sun. And if you like playing games like Final Fantasy and Zelda, Golden Sun was right up your alley. It really is. It's a brilliant game, absolutely brilliant. And I was in shop the other day on payday, funny enough, and I saw this, and it caught my eye. And what you got there is, this is the game I'm playing at the moment. Bad shot, I know, because you've got my clock. Golden Sun Dark Dawn. It's a sequel to Golden Sun. And I've just started playing it, and it's like, oh, God, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard, don't get me wrong. People can play the game quite easily. It's simplistic to play, as in, it's got logical ways of playing it and stuff. But when it comes to actually some of the puzzles, we've got a second viewer. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, number 2. Person number 2. Welcome to the show. So yes, I've been playing Golden Sun Dark Dawn today. What's it? Who bosses in? He's like, you got to do lots and lots and lots of eating, build your boys up, to build your boys up. And hello, darling, I told you she'd be on air. My darling, the Lady Ros. Lady Ros has said hello. Peter Ros, I go, mwah! Welcome to the show, Ros. Welcome to the show. I'm talking now. I hope. Well, you missed Gizmo going across the screen a minute ago. He's now gone. He's gone hiding somewhere, sleep somewhere. I think he's over there somewhere. I was talking about stock take, Ros. Enjoy doing stock take, Ros. What do you think? Yeah, so I'm playing Golden and Dark Dawn at the moment because I haven't played that in ages, and it's brought back the memories of the original game. But this is just to keep me quiet because I'm hoping next week, in a week's time, it's my number one game. Everyone knows that it's Pokemon. Everyone knows that. Who knows me by now? And the new game, and I'm hoping to get it. You never know. Near Christmas. So never know. And it looks like our Ros has gone. It looks like our Ros has gone because she's most probably catching the bus. So she'll be home soon. You never know. She might be home before this video ends. Before the video ends. So I'd like to send my thoughts out at the moment to those in England that are suffering with the rain because there's been a lot of rain coming down lately. We heard that one of our fellow sites where I work flooded. I have memories of that where I used to live up in the Cotswolds. When it is, that's the thing about British weather. I mean, back to two, I think Roger's back. I think that's the thing about British weather, especially where we. I mean, we used to live in the Cotswolds, a place just south, just the side of Morton in Marsh. Don't ever call it Morton in the Marsh. You will get lynched. One of the Icebreaker garage at the top of the hill, just around the side. And one of my favourite questions there was someone come up to me and met me, like, can you tell me where Born on the Water is? And I'm like, well, it depends. What do you mean it depends? Well, I say, get this. I used to live in a village called Borton on the Hill. That's the part of the thing. And I said, it depends. What do you mean it depends? Well, I said, it depends if it's raining. The thing about the Cotswolds, you need to realise, much like some parts of England, when it is sunny, it's sunny, really nice. When it snows with a smeging vengeance. I remember being about 14, 15 inches deep in snow there once. Oh, God, I had to walk up to the garage to get the garage open for the surrounding areas. It was like in a tunnel for the snow to get to work. You know, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. It's been a long time since I've seen that bad. Yes, when it snows with a vengeance. Vengeance. But when it rains, it also rains. And where we live was part of a valley. So you got, like, we're at the top of the hill, and there's another hill there, and it goes, at the bottom is Morton and Marsh. And then you've got big area around where we're, and we were one of the only garages that are still open in this weather because it was that bad. It really was. It took us about 3/4 of an hour to shut the garage because we had to stop cars coming onto the forecourt. We had people saying, can you tell me the best way to get out? How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know which is the best way to get out of it? No one comes to us and says, oh, by the way, if someone wants to know the best way of getting out, this is the best way. We don't know. How are we supposed to know? We got the points where Ros was there as well because I remember serves me. Memory serves me correct. My boss had picked her up from work, so she was safe and sound. So she joined us at work. And we had one of us on the till, one of us getting cigarettes down for people, and one of us helping out with directions. It really got. And my manager at the time, he's one of these guys that he's a lovely chap, old John. He really was, really nice chap. But he was dry as a post in the desert. See, if you come up to him and said, "Excuse me, how did you get blah blah from here?" Because he'd turn around and say, Have you got a map? No. Have you got sat nav? Yeah. Well, I'm not going to help you then, because if you listen to sat nav, you deserve to be lost. He'd walk off. Obviously, he would. He would. That was his humour. He's like, okay. But yeah, getting back. This question. Can you tell me how to get football on the water, please? And we'll say, well, it depends. What do you mean? I've done that bit already. No, that bit already. What do you mean it depends? Well, so it's raining. They're bottled on the water, and they're bottled underwater. And see, that's the thing. This thing as well, you just get a lot of people moaning about the fact they're getting flooded out and stuff like this. People need to listen and think about where they move to. There's somewhere called Born on the Water, or Born on Marsh, Tipton upon Sea. Listen to the key word of the name. Upon sea. Upon the water. On them. This is trying to tell you that this place gets very, very wet, and when it gets wet, it's going to get very, very deep. So think about it. They may look nice and pretty when you see them in the sun, and you see the lovely little streams going down the side, and yeah. But when it comes to actually bad weather, these are the worst places to live by, because this is where they just think, think about what you're going to be. Oh, think about you and me. This is what we're gonna do where we are right now. Bum bum. I'm gonna go in the killer field and jump up on the cow. Moo moo. Down. Now think about it's gonna be. Think. I went a bit mad. Did you notice that? Did you notice that? My mind went a bit mad when I started to sing this singing song. Think, oh, what are you gonna do to me? Oh, think, when you can't see, this is what you're gonna do and this to me now. I'm gonna go into a field and jump on the big plum cow. Woo, 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 you know. I made that up in my mind. They're not the real words to think, honestly. Not the real words to think. One of my favourite films of the 70s was from a show called Saturday Night Fever. No, the late Saturday Night or something like that. And they had a jokey sketch show starring the Blues Brothers. And they made it because they did so well, they made a film out of it. And the Blues Brothers became a national thing. Yes, they were national. And two films were made out of it: Blues Brothers and River 2000. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi in the first one. They were the Blues Brothers. And then they were joined by, because John Belushi passed away just after they did the film. So when they did the second one, Dan Aykroyd found some other people. And then there were four Blues Brothers. But I can't tell you who played the two of them. But obviously Dan Aykroyd and John, somebody other, played the second one. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant film. This is where this show's going now, I think. Talking about films. What film would you want to see remade? I mean, a lot of films they've remade modern times to make it better. Here's an example. Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd. They made a film out of Judge Dredd back in the mid-90s, I believe, starring Sylvester Stallone. Now, it didn't do that well. They made one fatal mistake in that film. His helmet come off. Because those who don't know who Judge Dredd is, there's a comic called 2000 AD, and he has been the main strip in that comic since I've known it has been around. And then they go and make a film, and one of the things in the film, in the comic, is his helmet never comes off. You don't see what it looks like underneath. So when they made the film of it, the first thing they'd done was took the blinking helmets off. Now, obviously, that was a mistake. Obviously, that was one of the mistakes they've made. Then they remade it, and the new version of it was good. I mean, they stuck to for example, they get the head on, puts the helmet on. That was one of the better features of it. I personally, I prefer the original, even though they took the helmet off. Um, to me, it was a typical Sylvester Stallone film at the time. Um, you know, it's just nowhere near Rambo's and stuff like that. But it was a brilliant film. You know, it was on level with another film we done called Tango and Cash, we done with Kurt Russell. Brilliant films. Doesn't need a technical storyline to it. Just action, fun, and he was paired up with Rob Schneider, I believe, in that film as well. Who, you know, he started as a crook. He put in prison at the start, and then he had to work together to get, you know, it gave the film a little bit of a comic twist. And I personally, that's what me made the film. There's another one I love, absolutely love, called Fifth Element, and it stars Bruce Willis. Now, Bruce Willis has done some really good films, really, really good films. Um, for example, he's been in Pulp Fiction. For starters, he's done a lot of Die Hard films. Sing please one time. Sing. Beep, 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 beep. Every day. Yes, he's made some really good films. And The Fifth Element starred Bruce Willis. And again, a lot of people in the film that it could have been better. To me, it was perfect. Ongoing jokes with the bad guy trying to get hands on something. Every time he thinks he's got it, it's not there. At some point where he's picked up this box from a space station that he's set to blow up, he's flying off. He looks, then he had to come. He goes, "It's not there." And the whole. Even I remember when we watched this at the cinema, and only once have I heard laughter more than that evening, and that's Deadpool. Deadpool one, brilliant film. Pretty better than they put them in the Wolverine film. Yeah, it is. It's so good when you're in a. I mean, it's the only downside with going to cinema these days. It's so expensive. You got to take a bank loan out, go watch a film. That's how so expensive cinemas are these days. Just a film, you know, and then you get some that that make it unreasonable to go, and then decide you got to get bank loan to buy popcorn, a bank loan to get a cup of Coke which has been watered down. It's extortionate. I mean, you're not supposed to do it, but the people who are clever like myself, we get our popcorn from the shop next door and then put it in the rucksack so you don't see it. And then when they know we do it, they're not stupid. But it's one of the atmospheres about watching a film at a cinema is hearing the people around you as you watch it, hearing the laughter they got on the. Guardians of the Galaxy is another one where you hear them laughing at it's very rare you hear the actual roar. You might hear chuckles and stuff. Most people respect when they go quiet when they see a film at cinema. But every now and then, especially when it's really funny, you hear them laugh. And a friend of mine I used to go with. You can always tell how good a film is by what he does. The moment he takes out his phone and goes, "You see him doing this with his phone, beep, 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 beep," you know that film ain't very good because he's not all that fussed with it, and he's deciding he wants to do things with his phone rather than watch the film. That's the film. And quite honestly, he quite often tells me if a film's worth going to see, if it's worth seeing it on the TV or something. And there's been times where, I remember when we were out in the truck with him once, and he told me a film. I forgot what it was called, but he was telling me a Disney film, I think, or a Pixar film. We're back on to two people. Welcome to the show number two. That's number two, not the second show. It was about a snail, I think, that got hit by liquid nitrogen or something, and he could move. This snail just turned into a racing snail, and zing across the screen, zing across. And he told me about this, and I was like, really, really. You're making a big deal out of this, really, really. But then I watched it, and it's like brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Another film I love, and this is proof where they try to set a film with a sequel, and the sequel does not work out. I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. He made many films, you know that. But he made a film called Speed. And the tagline was, if this bus goes over a certain speed limit, a bomb will activate. If then that bus goes below a certain speed limit, bang, right? And it is a brilliant. Oh, we're down to 0. The show's not over yet. The show is not over yet. Sorry if you didn't like the show. I do apologise. But yes, The Speed, brilliant film, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, he's a hero and he saves the day and everything else. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant, action packed all the way. There's Hopper, I believe, in that as well. I believe Dennis Hopper plays the bad guy in it, I believe, if memory serves me correct. And we're back, we're back to number 1. Yes, I got someone who's watching again. And I call this guy, whoever this person is who watches this video, whoever watches it, I call mystery watcher. Because I don't know who he is. I do not know who this person is. He must enjoy the show because he watches this every week. He watches me every week talking about complete and utter garbage and rubbish. Honestly, yes. Yeah, that's Speed. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant. What films do you love that make your day when you watch it that you can watch over? Matrix, another film. I can watch that film over and over again. It's hard to believe that it almost wasn't Keanu Reeves in Matrix. It was almost Will Smith, wasn't it? But he went to do the Wild West, which again people didn't like. Me personally, I enjoyed it. It's not the most high tech film I've seen, but it was a very, very good film. That's my style. There's some films I love that certain people don't. Cuffs, Phenomenon, Beverly Hills Cop. I have, I think, a particular style of film that I like. I like a fun film. A film that makes me laugh when I watch it. You know, Eddie Murphy, brilliant actor, brilliant actor, especially in the older days when you could get away with doing things in those days. Get away with doing. You can't do them these days. You get moaned at. Well, the time has ticking by. Time is ticking by, and my babbling is almost over. Your suffering is almost over. So please, if you've enjoyed this show, me babbling about God knows what, if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. That like button just there, you hit it. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe. 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 And if you want to know when these videos are coming out, I'll ring that bell. I'll ring the bell, a ding a donga, ding a ling a dinga. And on that note, keep it up, my friends. Till next time. Until next time, bye bye.